The subreddit this week has been going crazy. With the Economy 2.0 update dropping, a lot of Redditors have a lot of opinions. So I had a couple of hours with it, and it's a joy. I disabled all the mods for safe testing, and it's great. I normally play unlimited everything, you could say, as a city painter. But just to run some tests, I ran vanilla. I noticed the following. All of them are good news. The economy is really challenging. I usually like to play as a super relaxed, but this is for those who like head scratching. I couldn't see any obvious flaws, but I'm no expert on this side of things. The zoning seems just much more reliable if wanting to build grids, which is not usually my style, and you can get very dense plots. The game now is incredibly stable, 2 hours and not a glitch or anything. It's a rare thing for me. Frames are good and pathfinding seems better. Graphics, fine, straight off the box in default, no anomalies. I didn't get to see the new buildings as I ran out of money. Mod paint seems a lot more stable. In conclusion, the game is as it should have been at release. Paradox shareholders want profits and, well, they forced them into corners. He now feels that we can move past the poor launch state and we get all the goodies that we came to love from Cities Skylines 1. This is awesome news and comments agree with him. It's fantastic news. Thanks for reporting. Well, good luck on waiting for the console release. It will probably still take a while. And one thing is very clear, this is definitely the state that the game should have been at the release. Turning up next, the Divine Hustle definitely has a traffic problem. You see all these long lines just because of one traffic jam and way more of them, but for sure you do have a beautiful city. It's running smoother than on my PC, and the highway with sound barriers actually looks really nice. Thank you for sharing. I sure do hope you don't get stuck in such a traffic jam. Commenters are wondering if you purchased the PC from the nearest NASA surplus store because, well, those frames are sure damn fire and not usually like my PC. It's fire because it's running hot. Crit Thinker has a very small post. He just dropped in to mention that he's having a whole lot of fun with the new economy update. His choices actually matter now, and it's really enjoyable. Personally, my problem was actually to get a city to be profitable. I haven't solved it yet, but maybe you have some tips for me in the comments. Just a few more plans, agrees with it. He already had fun creating cities before, but the update really changed the gameplay experience. Now you actually really have to think about the money and what to spend it on. You actually have to do traffic and city optimization. To him, it feels like a big step in the right direction. Rick Stoner actually found something in the update that he really likes, and it's a block party. You can see the hearse is actually creating customers for itself, and the people are cheering on the donuts that he's doing. And it's not only a small block, but actually a party in the whole city. And also, how's this running so smooth for you? I would have around 3 FPS on my machine, zooming in that close. Bro got the pedestrian gridlock. So much realism with the new LA update. People be aware, this is what happens when the prices rise. Sapccross has a report on a new city that he started in Economy 2.0. Most people actually just play still their old cities, but he started a new one. He reports that it is now much more difficult. I have a population of 4,000 and I import water. I have 3 wind turbines, 1 clinic, 1 school, 1 police station, 1 crematorium, running at 50% budget, and I'm only making around 30,000 a month. For my next investment, I will have to choose between a high school, fire station or cell tower. To construct my police station, I was short on cash, so I took a loan, and to reimburse it, I shut down the crematorium for some time. That is so cool. Generally, I agree with this. You actually have to manage things and optimize. The zoning also feels more balanced now. I don't have to zone as much industries and commercial for my citizens. But there are also some dumb things in this update. The biggest one is the service importation policy. First, you need to attain a certain milestone to unlock it, which is dumb because at the beginning of the game you need to import services. And when you enable the import service policies, you pay a fixed price around 500,000 regardless of your needs and even if you already cover one of those services. So this is currently not a viable solution for the early game. And now listen up, here are the tips for people who are beginning a new city on the Economy 2.0 update. Do not construct a coal power plant at the start. It's expensive to maintain, and exporting the surplus will not make enough money to cover the expenses. Go with wind turbines. Import water. It's very cheap, it's a viable solution. The basic services you need are garbage, medical, death, police. For now, if you don't have a fire station, it's fine. Fires aren't that often. Set the budget for those services at 50% at the beginning, as these can be expensive to maintain, and you really need to quickly reach 3,000 to 5,000 citizens so the expenses can be covered and the balance be budgeted. And the key takeaway is to really be more frugal at the beginning. No fancy spending. One interesting report from Shelby are some screenshots that citizens are actually using the park, and this is pretty good, and that's also what's taking all your performance. Also, why are you playing with motion blur? Frankie Styles comments if we can remove those fences, as they remind him of a prison. True that, but there's a solution. You can do it with better bulldozer. And to close it up, one of the oldest bugs in the game is still not fixed, and it's this one, just a graphical bug. I also had it in the early days. For me, it feels like it's less common now, but it sure is really annoying because, well, it does look ugly. That's what happened this week on Reddit. Let's see if next week is as good as this one.